down and shut up.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me peace.
Why so serious?
You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the trailer.
This is Sparta!
I'll have what she's having.
Welcome to the Summon of the Screen Squad. Like always, I'm Vinny.
I'm Ozzy.
And Edgar.
Happy Halloweens.
Oh, hey, say, huh?
Yep, Halloween.
Is that what it is?
Halloween.
Sorry, we trick or treating past 2 days, so.
Yeah, this could have been recorded yesterday, but somebody decided to not show up at the time they're supposed to. Where we had agreed to. We had agreed to this time.
You mean wife and kids saying, "Hey, I need your help. Come get us."
You can send Ubers.
Yeah, okay.
You have to go to brunch. Let them go to brunch, bro.
That's today, not yesterday.
Yeah.
I wish.
Whatever. Well, today we're talking about one of my favorites. A movie so good that they had to make it again.
Or did they?
Possibly.
Ooh,
A movie where if you haven't seen it,
you're a piece of shit.
you don't know what's going on.
Easy
You
over
don't know what's
there.
going on in your life.
I'm just
Horror
saying.
movies, you know? Evil Dead, Deuce, the movie that was made, remade. Well, kind of remade, kind of not remade, but
It's like James Bond. What's going on?
more money. It's a
No.
sequel. It's a sequel to
The sequel.
You know,
It's a higher budget sequel that's made the same way.
no, well, kind of the same story, but it's a sequel, but also like doesn't kind of acknowledge the original at all. Like these little like pieces, but not like all the characters from the first one. There's only one character from the first one that originally comes back.
One thing about these Evil Dead movies,
Not a remake.
it's not, and it is. They tend to be able to stand alone. You know, from Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, even the newer Evil Dead, they all kind of stand alone. They don't really connect too much into it, except for the character Ash.
Well, Ash, Bruce Campbell, come
Yeah,
on,
groovy.
He made the movie. He like
Groovy.
the fact that he goes through so much physical stuff in this movie, because
No.
the difference between this Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead is the fact that they added some more. It's not straight horror.
You're straight horror.
So there's a big difference. They added more comedy to this, more slapstick, more. They were definitely, you know, they did say they were inspired more by the Three Stooges to make this movie, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's stories of like Bruce and Tapper just kind of saying that, yeah, you need to, you know, calm down the comedy a little too much on this one. So I think most of the stuff that they want to add to it ended up being Army of Darkness.
Well, originally the sequel to Evil Dead was going to be Army of Darkness, because Sam Raimi had the idea to do the medieval, like Ash goes back in time. You know, he goes back in time and he has to fight the Deadites. You know, back in the day, in medieval times. But no one wanted to do that. That's the sequel he had written. Sam Raimi went off to make another movie that completely bombed.
Crime Wave.
Right? Make a movie completely bombed, which I've never seen. And
It's called Crime Wave.
I've never seen it. Let's skip it. Then Stephen King was directing his first movie, or was directing the movie. Kind of gave him a
little nudge.
Gave him a nudge, yeah, by telling, was it De Laurentiis? Bonaventura?
Gino.
Right?
Gino.
Giada. Right? That
Not Oscar De La Renta?
that you know that he told him about Evil Dead and all this, and the rest is history. But they again,
I make a good tuxedo.
They don't want them to make the medieval one. They wanted a movie more that was along the lines of the original, which is interesting because again, it goes back and it is a sequel that doesn't really acknowledge the original. It does different things.
It's a sequel.
But
It's a
it's
sequel,
good.
but you have to start them in different points. So, the first one ends. Remember how the first one ends
Mm-hmm.
with Ash getting like possessed at the end.
Yeah, the house burning down.
But remember how he walks out to the forest and then the demon meets him in the forest and then bam, and then that's where it ends.
Yeah,
Right, and then there's a laugh. In the Evil Dead 2, you have to disregard the whole beginning with his girlfriend and then just start it where he gets hit again with the demon. That's where you start it off. And
See-
then
see-
it's a sequel.
so you take chunks from the first one. But the thing is, they don't acknowledge
The
first
reason-
group,
but
that
the
first
problem
group of
was-
people that get killed.
But the
Yeah.
thing is that in the beginning of the second one, they had to do that because they didn't have the rights. New Line Cinema owned Evil Dead, so they didn't have the rights to continue with the second one. So they had to start it off at a different point or make it kind of different so that they can
So
continue the
so
story.
it was like an Empire Strikes Back kind of thing, right? Where like Empire actually was owned by 20th Century for like a long time, and then just so you couldn't really sell them both. Sell it with the pack of like the
Oh, you say I didn't know that.
trilogy.
Stop talking.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
But that's why it's different. That's why it starts off different, and they disregard the whole other group, his friends from the first movie.
Well, they wanted to bring back the original girlfriend from the first one, but she was actually like expecting. So they said, we'll get someone else then.
Expecting what, to get the role?
No, a child.
Uh,
It's like
She's
you look
pregnant.
different.
It again. It's weird because the girlfriend
Right, kids,
Linda.
wear condoms.
Okay, the thing is, the girlfriend Linda doesn't really kind of matter at this point in the movie. Because
No, she doesn't.
It's not,
This
it's not a
movie
big
felt-
point. It's not a big
this-
point. It was more of
This
That's-
movie felt like the introduction of Ash, like a real introduction of Ash. The Ash that we all
no,
love.
it's not an it's a conversion to Ash becoming more of a action hero.
Yeah,
Even though
but
it's
I'm saying
horror,
that
because this movie is a bunch of different things. It is horror, but it is comedy, but it's also action. Like by the time the movie ends at the end, he's kind of like, once he gets the chainsaw hand and he saws off the shotgun, he is an action
First of
hero
all,
at that point.
boomstick.
The sawed off shotgun,
It's his boomstick, bro.
he does sawed off shotgun. He does get
Until the third one.
Yeah, idiot.
It's still a boomstick though.
Sawed off shotgun until then he becomes a full-fledged action hero. He's punching. The one thing that I find funny, I like it because I don't know why, it goes with the movie. Did you see the fact that there's all these special effects? Like when you see the wire on somebody hanging, when you see
Oh, yeah.
Ted Raimi, you see the hole in the ceiling. That just adds to the charm of this movie.
Oh.
When you see the costume, the Harrietta costume, and he's like spinning around, and you can see the opening at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where he goes in.
Yeah, again, it doesn't take me out of the movie. It just make it because I know the amount of money they spent, and because I think I enjoy the fact that the movie is good. It's really enjoyable, and you gotta commend it for the amount of money that they spent. The special effects are pretty good.
It's funny because this movie didn't make as much money in the box office as they expected, but it made its money off of overseas.
With the original, right? The original.
No,
made a lot
no,
of
no.
money.
The original made like 16 mil.
No, but
This
but,
one
but
made
it was,
6.
But the original was a lot more popular overseas.
Yeah, and then it was also, but it was also
Especially
making way less
in the
money.
Italian market, right? In the
Yeah.
Italian market, that's one of the reasons why, like,
Is that the blood? Is it the blood? No, is a tomato sauce? Is this the
It's a Fanucci's.
but yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Evil Dead's one of like the best ones to watch for Halloween, because it is a mixture. And then if you put, like, a lot of people flip flop from Army of Darkness kind of ruins the Evil Dead franchise to, like, they enjoy it. It's a really good movie because it's a complete change to the
It's
Evil
the
Dead
Spider-Man 3 of the.
How dare you?
Dare
Dead. you.
How dare you?
That's messed up. How dare?
Hey,
That's-
Sam Raimi.
So
Sam Raimi also did Darkman.
I just needed
Sure.
a Bully Maguire in it, and that's it.
Oh, wait. It is the Dark Man of the franchise.
Liam Neeson's Dark
Yeah.
Man.
I like that movie, Dark Man.
It's a good movie.
love that movie.
Only the first one.
Yeah, the rest are
Yeah,
kind of
only
weird.
the first one. Yeah.
But see, the thing is, again, Evil Dead 2 is such a simple story, simple plot. They go to Bruce Campbell, Ash and his girlfriend go to a cabin.
By the way,
that was owned-
In the woods. They go to a cabin in the woods.
to do that, to go to like this little like shack of a no cabin that looks like you're gonna murder somebody. You know, do you not expect that? I expect that.
They go to a cabin in the woods that a previous professor
That's
and his
another good
wife
movie.
stayed in. Cabin in the woods, yeah.
Great movie.
The professor and his wife stayed in, and he was researching the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead. And he unleashes the demon. And his wife gets possessed. He ends up having to kill her.
Sexually.
And
Huh?
then what? Then
He unleashes the demon.
Then he has to. Then he puts them. Then he dies as well. Then that's when you get Ash coming in with the girlfriend after all this has happened. Who unleashes the demon this time? Ash.
Ash.
By playing the recording.
It was an
First per-
accident.
First thing they take. First person they kill. First person that gets murked, and Ash has to kill her is the worst part. After he, like, I guess, gave her kind of like a ring.
Quickly, too. He didn't even
No
double think it.
hesitation. No hesitation.
Nope.
Which makes you believe he had already done this, huh? The original?
I mean, it's kind of passion. That's what it is.
Crime of passion.
And then you get,
I mean-
then later on,
I mean, you kill a man in the heat of battle. You're heroic. You kill a man in the heat of passion. You're a murderer. Oh, sorry.
then later on you get introduced to the rest of the crew, the guy from QVC. You get introduced to the hillbilly with overalls and bad teeth. The professor's daughter, and Marianne.
Marianne.
You get introduced to all of them, and guess what? Everyone dies except for Ash. Because everyone, again, no one is important other than Ash in this story.
He's the chosen one. He is the chosen one.
Again, that's Army of Darkness. You're jumping ahead too much. But it's such an enjoyable because I think the fact that they put Bruce Campbell in so much stuff, like he has to do so much physical comedy and physical acting. He's pretty much tortured on camera.
He's brilliant. Like,
He was in training during the movie. I think they had somebody training him on set.
It's so much like physical, it's so much physical acting that he does in this movie, and a lot of special effects. I mean, again,
That
not
suicide
bad.
flip.
There's a lot of that. They use that a lot too, and again, back going to Army of Darkness, they use that too. They use that a lot, right? The thing about the special effects is you have like Greg Nicotero, like one of the first, like he had done the original Evil Dead. They brought them back, right? Him and his crew, and Greg Nicotero ended up becoming like super big after all this stuff with The Walking Dead later down in life. The Howling, I believe they did the Howling stuff, right? Special
Which
effects
Howling?
wise, the first one.
No.
They especially did all the, for the amount of money that they used that was used. None of it looks bad, and it's like special effects isn't that bad for it being a 1984 movie, 87.
but yet somehow it felt like one of those Sinbad movies.
Yeah.
like-
well,
like-
because of the stop motion, maybe.
Like Disney's first
Yeah.
kid. That's Sinbad.
I hate you. I mean, he was a house guest. Get that shit straight. Him and Phil Hartman.
He's a musician now.
I mean, does he have anything else to do? No.
No. I would be a musician too if I didn't have anything to do.
It's Sinbad. He doesn't do any comedy anymore?
No, he does. He still sells out.
I bet
I
he
mean,
does.
the him and Casey and Sunshine Band, they sell out no matter where they go.
Yeah.
Yeah, some but No one really hears about him too much. But go on. He's the Little Richard comedy.
Yeah, I like Little Richard.
I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We got
whatever.
Miss Molly, right?
Yeah. So, Evil Dead 2, man. Like, it's on HBO Max right now, right? It's one of those. It's a Halloween time movie to definitely watch, because I mean, if you haven't seen the first one, that's the good thing about this one. You don't have to watch Evil Dead, because again, they catch you up with the very beginning with the voiceover. The voiceover itself catches you up with what's going on in the movie, or what's going on up to that point. Then if you start straight with Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2 also has a lot of blood and a lot of gore.
Yeah.
It's like a tornado of blood at some point.
What's the rating?
It was originally, I think they originally thought it was going to be rated X, but it's rated R. It's a rated R movie.
It's not rated.
No, it's rated R.
Came around the time when the MPAA was a big thing. So, yeah.
Not as much gore and blood as Dead Alive.
Ugh. Bring that movie up. It's gonna make me throw up.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the zombies making love.
Not even that. It's just like when you compare these two movies,
Kung Fu Priest.
they're very different, right? Extremely different. Dead Alive to Evil.
We'll
Dead.
see what I dig about the Evil Alive.
Evil Alive. Huh? Evil Alive.
Evil Alive. Yeah.
Alive.
The Evil Dead movies. Yeah, I mixed them. The Evil Dead movies is when the demons coming around, just it's like it's searching for you. It's not just there; it's searching for you, and it finds you, and then takes a hold of you. I think that's one of the coolest effects that they had. They had this, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the bicycle.
Yeah.
Where they mount the camera on
Searches
top
for
of it.
you, and then it grabs you.
And it makes love to you tenderly.
What?
Kisses you in the back of the neck.
No,
Says, "I love you."
no. But
Play some Kenny G and shit.
all right, let's keep going. He's gonna keep going.
No, I'm done. Bakes you a quiche.
See, I knew it. I knew there was more. I knew there was more.
Makes you a quiche.
But again, like I already lost my train of thought now with all these shenanigans.
Yeah, but the bicycle effect is kind of cool. It is. It really is. I don't know.
No,
I find it
is.
cool as hell.
It's that's a staple of like what Sam Raimi did. A lot of the stuff that Sam Raimi did with Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 were a lot of things that he still uses throughout his career. In the Spider-Man movies, when you watch the Spider-Man movies, that the close-ups he does, that's a lot of the stuff that he took from all the stuff that he did with Evil Dead, right?
I can't wait to see if he uses any of that in the Doctor Strange movie.
The next one, maybe we'll see. I'm sure he will. I'm sure there has to be some sort of Raimi-isms.
He probably will. He probably use the shroom, the zoom in effect to it.
Hey, maybe that's where Bully Maguire is going to show up.
Maybe, perhaps, but
He'll show up dancing though.
But again, I know we were comparing Evil Dead to Dead Alive, and Dead Alive is Peter Jackson, and it's really like I've seen it a lot of times, right? And I remember, I think the reason why and I've said this before, the reason why that movie it makes my stomach turn is because I made the mistake of watching that movie while eating.
The porridge scene,
Yeah.
is that one?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, there's just things that stick in my memory from that movie. It's not a bad movie. Dead
Hearing.
Alive is not a bad movie. It's a good zombie movie.
The
It's a
Dead
great
Baby?
zombie movie, right? It's a funny zombie movie. It has a lot of the same characteristics of Evil Dead too, right?
How many times you watched Gremlins?
Like, I don't know. I try to talk, and I try not to get upset, but people
You paused. I figured
keep
you'd say something.
interrupting me, right? Like I'm in the middle of a thought, and I keep getting interrupted. It's Halloween, and I'm gonna slap you. You're gonna get Halloween slaps.
Slapsgiving.
I'm gonna find
He's
you
gonna
at your
he's gonna
brunch.
search for you
I'm gonna find you.
and grab you.
Uh-huh. Bake you a quiche with my fist. No, but when you compare Evil Dead 2 and Dead Alive, there's a similar type of tone in both these movies, right? Both these movies have the same similar tone, but one is a lot more gory and like more made for the not gross out humor, but just gross out horror, because you have bodies that are decomposing, right? Evil Dead makes them look like demons, right? They give them the white eyes and the big eyebrows, or like the guy from QVC gets all the rows of teeth. Yes, the blonde guy ended up working for QVC. I don't know if he still works for QVC.
Yeah, I think he as of a couple years ago. Yeah, I'm not sure if after pandemic, but well,
but you have all the, really good special effects. I enjoy the special effects of Evil Dead 2, right? Because of how cartoony they are,
Cheesy.
and not just cheesy, but it's cartoony, right? They do look like cartoon versions of like what you would do with a demon. Even Bruce Campbell looks like a cartoon version of a human in this movie, right? Looks like
yeah, when he was
Mac Tonight.
when he was turning like in the beginning, and then when he got hit with the demon,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
When the demon
it's
possessed him?
kind of one of those things. Yeah,
When the demon possessed him.
That's where the movie starts.
yeah.
Movie starts at the beginning where they're doing the voiceover, right? And then the drive, and there's nothing much happening until that point. The movie just really picks up from there and just goes and you just get a lot of Bruce Campbell screaming, like upset at the whole situation. But
It's feeling mad of going through madness.
He's good.
And
He's
He's
good.
really
in,
good in
He's
it.
good in this. He's good in this role. He is this. He is the role, right?
which is why he
Ash.
always comes back to it. He always comes back to it. He's so good at it.
Mhm.
Even Ash vs. Evil Dead on
That was a
on
good
Stars.
TV show. That was a good TV
Great.
show. The
Can you-
seasons
show.
that it got.
I watched a few episodes of that, but I still. How did he come back? I don't remember how Evil Army of Darkness ends.
Well, it depends, because there's two versions of Army of Darkness, right? There's the version where he's just telling somebody the story in S-Mart at the very end. He's telling the story that he went back in time, and that the wizard there gave him a sleeping potion, and he slept until then, right? He slept and he woke up in the future, and he was just telling a story. In the director's cut, there is the fact that he's told to take, I believe, 3 or 4 drops, and he takes more than that accidentally because he's Ash, and he does the wrong thing, and he oversleeps, and he wakes up in the apocalypse, like way in the future when everything is like completely tore down. But that is not canon, right? The canon one is where he's telling the story in S-Mart, telling the story to and the actress. The thing is, at the end of that movie, the actress too is like she's familiar, because in Army of Darkness, when they're retelling the beginning of Evil Dead 2, or the story, it's Bridget Fonda, right? The girlfriend's Bridget Fonda. But yeah, so in Ash vs. the Evil Dead, the Necronomicon has been put to rest for a long time, and it gets unleashed, and it goes after Ash. After Ash to enact revenge. That's pretty much where the story picks up. Then they use the Army of Darkness ending where he goes to the future. They do the same thing. That's how the series ended, right? They go to the future, and Ash wakes up in the future, like way in the future. But it ends with a cliffhanger. They're talking
So
about
Army of Darkness
Mhm.
ends with him telling a story in S-Mart, and then Ash vs. Evil Dead starts with him at S-Mart.
Well,
He's already working there?
he's already. If I remember the first episode, he's already retired. He's already retired. He's living.
Yeah, I think the first time we see him is in the trailer, right?
Yeah, he's in a trailer. He's living in a trailer park, and he has hopes of moving to a higher end trailer park.
You know,
Like you
Hashtag
do,
goals.
because it's in Florida, right? He wants to go to Florida, higher end trailer park.
It's weird. How
That
can you
show's
tell
still around?
what?
That show's still around? You still watch it on Stars?
What?
Ash versus Evil
I
Dead.
mean, it ended.
Had like two
I have
seasons
a,
so
I,
far.
I have a copy. I have the digital copies. I remember I saw we went to the premiere
Premiere
of
the
the
first, yeah.
first episode
And Ted Raimi still looks the same.
with a performance by Iggy Pop.
Like Harrietta.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
He looks like
He looks
Harrietta.
like he looks like Joxer the Mighty.
Chucks the mighty, oh the mighty. No. Yeah,
Throwing it back.
that's a Xena reference, by the
Yeah,
way. In
well-
case you don't know.
Rob Taper's wife, Xena, Lucy Lawless. All comes
Okay.
back together.
Yeah.
I mean, they did so much after this, right? They even did like the relationship between Rob Taper, Sam Raimi, and all that, and stars. They had that Spartacus show. Then they did Ash vs. the Evil Dead, and both shows have Lucy Lawless, right?
Mhm.
And but Ash vs. the Evil Dead, I like the fact that it's a continuation, right? And then of these stories here, but then you get the remake or reboot of Evil Dead that Sam Raimi had.
It's a Canadian version.
Not the Canadian version. It's the Fede Alvarez version, right?
So reboot.
Yeah, it's the reboot. It's the reboot, but it's completely different. Gone is Ash. Gone is the comedy, right? Of any of the sequel, right? They went back to more of the Evil Dead where it's straight horror. Still the same beats are there, but
Tree rape.
right, you still get the tree rape. You still get you get the arms getting. There's a bunch of little nods to the Evil Dead originals in
Yeah,
the,
it's
in the
super
remake.
light on. It's super light on anything like humorous.
Enjoyable.
Light, anything light, right? Anything.
Oh, it's
light.
actually no, it's a good. I like it.
It's not a bad remake for a remake the original. If you tell me that this is supposed to be a remake of Evil Dead 2, then no, right? Because it's not but it's not living in its own universe, right? Is not a bad thing. Like a bad story. How if they were to have continued it, how they were going to bring in Ash to this movie? I have
Well,
no
at the
idea.
end of the movie, didn't you get the groovy?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with that. That's just something for the audience.
Exactly.
Originally, if you watch the
Pandering.
if you watch the commentary, or if you knew about it, at the very end of the reboot, when Mia is leaving, right, and she gets picked up by a truck driver, that was originally supposed to be Ash. But they thought that would take out of the movie too much. That's why they ended up doing the post credit scene where he just says groovy. All you see is the chin saying groovy, right? But on its own, on its own, the Evil Dead reboot is not bad. It's a effective horror movie, right? For people who hadn't seen the original Evil Dead, to watch that one is not bad. But again, it's not anywhere close to what has been done with Evil Dead 2, the Evil Dead franchise in general.
It just didn't have the charm of the originals. It just
It
it
has
had a better horror feel, but it didn't have the charm that Raimi puts in there. You know, the little sprinkles of Raimi.
Well, it has its own. It has its own thing because Raimi, again, when Raimi goes back to horror, he does a really good job. Because remember what he did when he went back and he did Drag Me to Hell. That's another good movie.
Yeah,
Right. That has the Evil Dead feel.
that's a remake too, right?
No, it's not.
Which? Oh no, I'm thinking Speed on Your Grave. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Two
I was
completely different movies.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about Father of the Bride.
It's just chew.
No, it's when you watch.
Masha and Masha.
A Pradna Tagada? Yeah.
No, it's if you watch Drag Me to Hell, again, it has
Hey.
a lot of the same humor, same type of like that has more of a feel of Evil Dead than again the Evil Dead remake. But the Evil Dead remake, it's supposed to not be like Evil Dead 2. But again, when Sam Raimi goes back and he does horror, it's not bad. I mean, horror suspense. When he did The Gift with Katie Holmes and Kate Blanchett. And yes,
I know
the
this
first
one.
thing I say is Katie Holmes is because that's the first time you see Katie's Holmes, right? But you
You're
have
gross.
yeah, whatever. But no, but even then, like, because that's more of like not even that's not even a horror movie. It's more of a suspense movie. But he does a good job with it. You know, when you go to Drag Me to Hell, which is more callback to like Evil Dead, that one's a really great made movie. They put more money behind it.
I mean, it's still Cabin in the Woods, but you know.
Well, that's not Sam Raimi, right? Cabin in the Woods is not Sam Raimi, but that is a nod to it's a nod to a lot of different horror movies.
Yeah, there'd be no Cabin in the Woods without
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
There wouldn't be a lot of movies without Evil Dead, like a lot of horror movies, because there's a lot of movies that took influence or inspiration, right, from Evil Dead, and that's the whole point. Like during this Halloween season, if you have not seen Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2 or even Army of Darkness,
You're a piece of shit.
you should really give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's a staple, right? It's a staple. If you say, oh, well, I watch Rocky Horror, I watch Nightmare Before Christmas, I watch all these movies during Halloween. Throw Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, throw them all in, because those are all great staples for horror of Halloween.
Weird
watching.
enough, you can like not like one and still like the others, which is weird. I've heard people actually say, "Oh, I like Evil Dead. I don't like Evil Dead 2 for some reason." And like I really hate Army of Darkness, or like some people really like Army of Darkness but don't like the other two. I don't know.
I enjoy all of them, and I enjoy all of them because again, the first one is different than the second one, but Army of Darkness is really pushing the limit on like what they
On a lot of things.
what they did for in Evil Dead 2, right? The more they pushed more comedy, they push more action because it becomes an action movie, right? It's just an action movie where dudes fighting demons. You know, Constantine. You know, End of
Black
Days.
Knight.
Demon Knight. Wait,
Black Knight.
with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
Because he goes back in time to fight the man.
To fight demons. I mean, again, it's just there's just so much. There's just so much. This is a three rich movies that you could watch, right? That has
I thought
that
you
have
were
a
gonna
lot
say
of
Kitty
content.
Character's Court too. Go figure. Another time travel movie. Kid Character's Court.
Only you watched that.
Yeah.
Airbud.
Well, influenced by
I need to
Evil
get out
Dead, I guess.
Disney Plus, bro.
Seriously, watch. There's other movies. There's other subscription services to watch, like HBO Max, where you can watch Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by
Nobody, because we have no
Aw.
sponsors.
Nobody.
because no one
It's
loves
sponsored
us.
by my own wallet because we have to pay for everything. And on
Sponsored
the,
by Copyright Strike.
yeah, I know.
That's the worst video game ever.
Yeah. But on that note, guys, check
Every
out
once in a while
check out Evil Dead. It's
Lucha.
Halloween. Definitely watch Evil Dead.
No, don't watch Halloween.
No, not Halloween. It's Halloween today, which I think
Oh.
you should watch Evil Dead. You know what's also in theaters today? If just for one night only, you have a back-to-back Frankenstein and the Wolfman
One night only.
back in theaters.
The
The original.
Universal Bela Lugosi.
The originals, yep.
Lon Chaney
The
Jr.?
original, black and
Hey.
whites. They're in theaters today only. That's a nice
Yeah,
picture.
My
I'm not-
Frankenstein.
I'm not doing that.
But yeah, definitely check out Evil Dead.
I prefer the
Enjoy-
Frankenstein though with the Cumberbatch and
He prefers the Frankenstein in the Monster Squad.
Not the Robert De Niro one.
No. Oh, God, no. Oh, the one with
De
Kenneth,
Niro. De
the
Niro
Kenneth
proved
Branagh?
that he can't do anything.
Kenneth Branagh Frankenstein? It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one, the Robert De Niro one directed by Kenneth Branagh?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
Mary
definitely
Shelley's
was-
Frankenstein.
It was no Thor.
I'm not the monster. No.
Wow. Well, on that note, guys, definitely check out Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, any of these movies you want to watch. It's Halloween. Get out
Frankenstein
there.
sees his own reflection.
Wear a mask. Stay safe. Get some candies with razor blades. I don't know. Do what you need to do.
First off, it's apples with razor blades. Thank you.
Well, according to the Chucky cartoon, they put apples in razor blades. I don't know.
What?
Nothing. It's too early. I need to sleep. Thank you guys for
What's-
watching. Like and subscribe.
What's with the poofta?
My mic? You dumb bastard. It's my mic?
Oh, it's weird. I see a little poofy. So I was like, oh,
Poofta.
Wow.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, poofta.
Yeah. Well, on that note, guys, this has been Vinny.
It's Ozzy, I guess.
Man.
We'll see you guys next
Or
week.
is it?